If you've looked at a receipt lately, you've felt it. Every trip to the store feels like it's slowly shredding your household budget. While inflation is the term we hear most often, the real driver is more specific. A new, strictly enforced set of global trade rules is actively pushing prices higher. Economists at the Tax Foundation have been tracking the cost of these new policies. Their data shows that the average U.S. household is now paying between $700 and $1,000 in hidden surcharges this year, money that effectively vanishes from your bottom line. Every retail receipt tracks the journey an item took to reach the shelf. By identifying the hidden line items within the final price, we can see exactly how global events are being charged to your account. Recognizing these hidden costs is the only way to actually protect your savings when you reach the checkout counter. The first hidden charge on our receipt stems from the massive trade policy shifts enacted in April 2025, a day the administration called Liberation Day. This policy established a 10% flat tariff on imports from almost all U.S. trading partners, with even higher rates for specific industries like metal and wood. To understand the cost, you have to look at the pass-through mechanism. Foreign countries don't pay these taxes. The American companies importing the goods do. To cover that expense, they simply add the cost of the tariff directly to the consumer's price tag. Throughout 2025, major global brands raised prices specifically to ensure that their own profit margins remained completely untouched by these new duties. Recently, the Supreme Court stepped in, ruling that some of these specific tariffs were illegal. This triggered a massive wave of federal refunds, billions of dollars, paid back to the importing corporations. But those savings stop at the corporate level. While the companies got their money back from the government, the higher prices they charged you have remained, permanently locking in that tariff tax on your receipt. The second hidden cost on the receipt is a fuel surcharge, driven by the Iran war. The conflict has blockaded the Strait of Hormuz. This has left massive oil tankers physically trapped in one of the world's most critical energy corridors, severely restricting the global supply. This bottleneck has caused the price of jet fuel and diesel to skyrocket. Since these fuels are required to manufacture plastics and power the trucks that move retail goods, those energy costs hit your wallet every time you buy a finished product. There is also a secondary market reaction. To avoid the uncertainty of tariffs, many companies are frantically pulling their manufacturing out of China and searching for new, untested suppliers. But leaving China is expensive. Companies instantly lose the massive cost benefits of that established infrastructure and scale, which means that the goods they produce elsewhere will now cost more to make. To maintain their shelf stock during this transition, companies are forced to use expensive emergency shipping methods, like air freight, to bypass port delays. Every time a supply chain breaks or relocates, those emergency logistics costs are passed down to the consumer. The final invisible surcharge on our receipt comes directly from the end of the de minimis exemption in August 2025. Previously, international packages valued under $800 entered the country tax-free and without administrative delays. Now every single package is taxed and inspected. This has created massive bottlenecks at the border, with customs officers now required to process millions of individual tax payments. For the shopper, this means you are either charged an import tax at checkout, or your package is held by the carrier until you pay a separate tariff fee just for its release. The era of low-cost, friction-free global e-commerce has been effectively taxed out of existence for the average household. These intersecting geopolitical factors mean that the days of cheap, easily accessible global goods are likely gone for the foreseeable future. Since you cannot change global trade policy, you have to change your shopping habits to protect your budget. First, swap private label products for store brands. These alternatives often bypass the heaviest corporate markups, putting immediate savings back into your pocket. Second, avoid delivery surcharges by picking up your items in store, and use wholesale clubs to find more stable bulk pricing on your essentials. Finally, delay any non-urgent purchases to align your buying with major sale events, where prices are temporarily adjusted to clear inventory. The world economy is currently defined by shifting trade laws and logistical disruptions. By recognizing these hidden costs, you can build a strategy that protects your bank account from those fluctuations.